Hey there, this is Scott Grant. I'm a certified senior advisor and senior home safety specialist at Graying with Grace. This is the RMS Deluxe Sock Aid, which is a sock helper that's particularly helpful for anyone recovering from surgery, people who have limited mobility, are unable to bend over and reach their feet, seniors, the elderly, people with arthritis. There's a lot of people who can benefit from a product like this. It uses a contoured plastic shell that you load a sock on and then use these foam handles and rope to pull the sock onto your foot. Stick around for a full demonstration of how to use this. These foam handles are nice and soft and comfortable and easy to use. There's a non-slip foam pad here that prevents the sock from coming off too quickly. And these cords are even adjustable by tying knots in them so that you can get the proper length you need so that you're not putting too much pressure on your shoulders or not having to bend over too far. You'll see in my testing in a few minutes, it works with most styles of socks. It works very well with loose fit diabetic socks. It worked well with gripper socks. However, it did not work very well with compression socks. Compression socks, by their design, are tight. So, this design did not work very well for those particular styles of socks. There are some sock aids out there that are specially made for compression socks. The key questions I get about a product like this are, how does it work? Let me demonstrate for you how to use this with some different types of socks. Okay, to set this up for use, first thing you'll want to do is grab your sock. This is a diabetic ankle sock, so it's got a nice stretchy cuff. You sit this on the desk or on your lap, and just like you're putting your foot into it, kind of open the cuff of your sock and then just slide that so your toes down there at the end. You make sure your toe seam goes right here across the front. Then you put this on the ground. Now this is adjustable. So if the handles are too high, you'll be pulling more on your shoulders, which could cause a problem. Then again, if they're too short, you'll be bending over maybe farther than you want to because of balance. So to adjust them, just pull out to whatever your right length is and just put you a little knot right there. And that'll get it set for you. Then pull your handles into position. Okay, so with that on the ground, just slide your foot down into it. And you see my toes are there where they need to be down at the end. And then just slowly pull this up. And then you can see that got everything in just the right position. This one doesn't come with any kind of tool as far as removing the sock. So this is just an aid for putting on the sock. So you would still need assistance with that part of it. That's how it does on a nice stretchy sock. This is a gripper sock that's more of a crew sock. So just like we did before, open your cuff of your sock and then just slide this because this is designed to keep the sock on there. I've found with this device, it's easier if you turn it sideways and line your sock up like that. That helps it get it over that edge right there. And as you can see right here is our toe line. So we got all that in the right spot. So we'll put this on the ground, insert our foot, toes down there in the right position, and then just and slowly pull this back up all the way like that. Now this sock has this edge right here, which is a tab to help pull socks up. So it didn't adhere. So it stayed rolled down a little bit, but a normal crew sock that would have went up perfectly. So then you can adjust it from there if you need to or are able to. So that worked pretty well with the gripper sock. So next, let's try a compression sock. And of course, by design, they are tighter and they are longer because they're going to go all the way up to your knees. So get it started on here. And then again, using, I think this little side trick has been working better. All right, so we've got that in position. There's our toe. So let's put that on the ground. All right, get our foot started in there. Of course, that is tighter. You can feel the difference because it's a compression sock. Toes down there at the end where it needs to be. Let me pull this up as slowly as I can and see how that works. So it did not work well on compression socks. See, everything's down there bunched up. So it does not work well for compression socks. All right, I'm going to try one more time just to make sure it wasn't something I did. All right, so we're going to get our foot down in there like that. Up, the heel's already slid off down there. So nope, does not work well for compression socks. So as you saw in the video, it is easy to use. The comfortable foam handles are a big help. The non-slip pad helps keep the sock in place as you're putting it on. It does accommodate various styles and sizes of socks. You just probably want to stay away from compression socks with this device. And the cords are adjustable. Some useful tips for using this successfully is to make sure that you do pull the sock all the way up the shell as far as you can. And then as I demonstrated in the video, as you put your foot into it, get towards the bottom, flex your ankles up. That'll help get everything lined up properly and in the right position. Adjust the cords so that you're not putting additional strain on your shoulders or arms or leaning over too far. And make sure you check this plastic periodically for cracks. If you see any signs that it's cracking or failing, it is time to replace it. So during my testing, I did observe it's an easy way to put on socks for people who are unable to bend over and put socks on themselves. The foam handles are nice and comfortable. They're thick enough that they're easy to grip without putting pressure on, especially arthritic joints. The non-slip pad definitely works to keep the socks on the shell and is durable and just worked well. So I do recommend it unless you're trying to use it for compression socks. So I hope this has been helpful. If so, please like and share this video on your favorite social media. Also, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Until next time, wishing you a happy and simple life from Graying with Grace.